Assemblywoman Elizabeth Mayer Muoio of Pennington, New Jersey, to serve as the next treasurer of the great state of New Jersey. And I greatly admire her intellect, her skill, and her good humor. All of which I suspect even particularly the last point we're going to need. But at the end of the day, they are a statement of our values. And for too long, ours have been out of balance. We've prioritized tax cuts for the big and powerful over tax fairness and ensuring the wealthiest pay their fair share, over aid for schools and municipalities, over property tax relief for working families and seniors, over living up to our obligations to public workers, and even over the health programs tens of thousands of women rely upon for cancer screenings and family planning services. It's time we don't just have a balanced budget. It sounds like the coffee percolator is overflowing over there somewhere, am I right? It's time that we don't just have a balanced budget, but a budget that holds our values in balance. Introduce our next New Jersey State Treasurer, Elizabeth Mayer Muoio.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd first and foremost like to thank the governor-elect for this tremendous honor. Having spoken with him at length about his priorities and goals for the Treasury and for our state budget, I know what an important decision this was for him. And I want to thank him for placing his faith in me and allowing me to join in developing a financial framework for this state that is both fiscally responsible and progressive. The fact that I would be the first woman confirmed as New Jersey's state treasurer in 32 years, and only the second confirmed in our state's history. The governor-elect has gathered a talented transition committee that reflects the rich diversity of New Jersey and includes strong representation from women across the many governmental disciplines. And I'm happy to say that in his cabinet appointments, he appears to be headed in the same direction. So on behalf of the women of the state, I want to thank Governor-elect Murphy for helping continue to shatter one more glass ceiling. Our municipalities and their residents need relief. They need to know that taxes can be brought under control, that their infrastructure is sound, that they can count on a quality education for their children, no matter where they live, that governmental services are accessible and dependable, and that New Jersey will be a place their children and grandchildren will be able to afford to call home. We know the challenges that have brought us to this point, and we know that this was not a situation that was created overnight, nor one that can be laid at the feet of any particular person or group. We all share in the responsibility, and we all must be part of the solution. It'll be tough for anybody, this position, let's be honest, but I feel that's given me a grasp of what we have, what the challenges are, and I've also gotten to know a lot of great people who I hope to work with to come up with solutions for those challenges. So.
But I do believe we have within us, and I think Liz shares this with great passion, that we can once again be the good value for money state. You know, I grew up in what was for many years Taxachusetts. California, when Jerry Brown took over in his second iteration, was a complete train wreck. Each of those states today, by the way, one under Democratic leadership and another under moderate Republican leadership, are proving that folks are willing to enter into a bargain financially where they may pay a premium, whether it's a business or a person, but that they get a rich basket of stuff back. And I think we've been dealt, I know Liz agrees with me, we've been dealt every bit as good a hand as either of those states. So that's the sort of reality that I think we collectively hope to reclaim.
So you want
Didn't lean anything, but you said people may be willing. I do want to make one important point. I was just interviewed and someone said, how do you define the middle class? And I said, when we define it, we allow people to define it for themselves. We started a nonprofit many years ago now, and we asked folks, where do you find yourself in the rankings in terms of, without any numbers, and 76% of the people said middle class. This is a great middle class state. The middle class has been ravaged and hollowed out, and the dreams of those who aspire to get into the middle class, which I've mentioned many times, is the place I grew up in. So we have to protect those folks and do everything we can to not just protect them and give them relief, but invest back in their lives, and we've not done that for a long time. I know this is not a radical statement in how this city is going to get back on its feet, and it will get back on its feet. I think this has among the biggest upsides, and Liz knows it a lot better than I do, of any community in the state. It's filled with great people, and I think the promise is enormous, but they need partners. They can't do it alone, and we want to stand up, and Sheila, I know, agrees, as partners in that endeavor.
Let's do one more.
Governor-elect.
Is that this state has financial stability. So we're doing as much work as we can on our own. We're working as much as we can with the current administration. We're seeking advice from others. Our paramount concern is that we have as strong a financial and as stable a financial reality as possible, and that's what we're all about.